Okay, in this particular poolscape, we've started off with the travertine coping on the edge of the pool. Then we turned our field of pavers at a 45-degree angle to that. And then we got over to our border. And then our border matched the shape of the pool deck and the outdoor living space all the way around the outside. It really gave that a nice definition. We used a two-color border. Really helped pull colors out of the brick of the home and then accented this sand color paver well. One of the great things with the pavers, there's so many different colors, textures, designs, that you have so much design flexibility in creating that space that is uniquely yours and matches your home and your feel. You can delineate spaces with insets, inlays. Design possibilities are endless with pavers. The great thing about pavers is if you ever need to do maintenance, you want to change things up, you want to add to them, you can pull the pavers up and redo them. I recently had a friend that up in the northern part of the U.S. who pulled up a 200-year-old streetscape. They redid the utilities down the street and they relaid the 200-year-old pavers. I thought that was a very neat testament to the durability and the longevity of pavers. Wanted to give you a little bit of background about what's underneath these pavers. There's a lot more to putting pavers in correctly than just throwing them down on a sand bed. A lot of people think you just throw some sand on the ground and you throw pavers on there. A lot of DIYers do that, and that's why a lot of the patios look really bad in a very short amount of time. If a paver patio is done correctly, it will last well beyond your lifetime. Like I said, hundreds of years is not uncommon for correctly installed pavers. The first part of the paver process is we excavate out the existing topsoil down about 8 inches. We remove that dirt completely. Some places we take out deeper depending on the traffic, depending on the paver, depending on the grade and what we're doing at your property. But it'll be a minimum of 8 inches. We'll go back in with a compacted road base. That'll be packed in with a 7,500 PSI plate compactor. To give you a little reference on that, the slab of your home is normally about 3,000 to 3,500 PSI. So it's about twice as hard as the slab is in your home. Then we go down with a geogrid fabric. If you've ever noticed a major highway construction, maybe an interstate being built, geogrid is what they use in that type of construction in the base gravel. They'll lay a layer of base gravel, they'll put a geogrid fabric and another layer of base gravel. That's the same thing we do in our paver patios. So we have a geogrid sandwiched in between 2 layers of base gravel. That's packed again with a 7,600 pound PSI compactor. And then we screed a layer of fine, clean rock chips off. We don't use sand because sand tends to wash out. The rock chips will stay long term. They don't pack, they don't compress. Once we pack them, that's as much packing as they're going to do. We set our pavers right on top of that rock base, and then when the pavers are completely done and all the edges are cut in, you can see all the handwork it has taken, all the cutting it's done. When we lay these on a 45, there's been a great deal of time and effort taken to fit each piece in correctly, and a great deal of craftsmanship goes into a well-designed paver patio. We use another plate compactor that's actually on rubber rollers while we start the sand process. We put poly sand down, we sweep that in the joints, and we run the plate compactor over that several times. We're shaking the poly sand down in the sand in the joints, in between the pavers. That locks those pavers together, but it still maintains flexibility. We've basically created a big mosaic out of concrete pavers, so they have flexibility if the earth, when the earth shifts, moves, different types of year, the ground moisture comes up and down, the ground heaves, buckles, rolls. Pavers can withstand that, unlike poured concrete where you've got one big sheet and when you get any kind of shear and force at all, it snaps, it cracks, it pulls apart, lifts, heaves. That's why pavers are so much better. The construction process is that much more in-depth, and the materials are that much more advanced. If you're wanting a paver patio that'll last your lifetime, give us a call at Red River Pools at 903-739-2365.